I see what you did there.
All right. What is going on, all you Hollow Table heroes?
What?
It's your boy Itachi, and this is your Imperial Military Podcast Show. All right, my friends, we've got a lot to cover today, and I've got my two co-hosts on. Evo, you guys know him from the original Imps.
Did I throw off your entrance? Because I just assumed that I would be muted.
Yeah, you probably did because you weren't muted because Sebastian or Steve and I tested it beforehand.
That's a win.
So there's Evo, everyone. You guys know him from our original Imps series, Imperial Military Podcast Show. When we started our very first free-to-play accounts together a little over 3 years ago, Evo retired the free-to-play account, but is still playing his main account. Kind of like a, I don't know, like a little bit of a dolphin, like a baby dolphin.
It's a retired dolphin. It dolphined at one point, and then it hasn't spent for a while. So let's go with retired dolphin.
Retired dolphin.
Am I supposed to be streaming something?
No, you don't have to stream anything.
I'll bring it up. Leave it there.
I just wanted everyone to see who's doing what. So, talking.
Oh, okay, that's not mine. Got it.
And then we've got my good friend here, my buddy, another buddy of mine. Both these guys are my buddies, my pals, and both guildmates actually. But we've got Steep, and Steep started the new player experience accounts, which we actually haven't gone over in a while, but and we won't be going over it today. We have got a lot to unpack today, but he's representing that new player experience, completely free to play, not spending any money on this as well. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, pretty good. So this is Steep's first road ahead, right? You haven't had a road ahead in the game yet?
No, I've not.
I thought you were going to say first rodeo. I was like, oh.
However, this is not Evo's first road ahead. So this is going to be actually pretty fun. Evo and I have gone through many road aheads. Not his first road.
You're showing our age, man.
But we typically have to read the entire thing. This new one for July is a new format. CG has a video for the road. So we're actually going to play the video here with the audio. You guys got to let us know how the audio is. It's going to be hard for me to tell, obviously through my regular headphones. But here we go.
Hello there, Hollow Table heroes. Crumb here, along with Doja Fett from Capital Games, and this month we're experimenting with our usual road ahead format. We have many exciting things to show you today, and we'll share some very important changes coming to characters in the future. We'd love to hear your feedback on this new format, and let us know if you want to see more videos like this. There's a ton of information on upcoming.
I think we like this already. Having an actual video for the road ahead is nice.
Yeah, he needs to do a better job of looking into the camera, kind of like you do. But hey, not too bad.
Units, features, and dates, and it goes without saying that these details and times are subject to change as we get closer to release. But first, let's dive into some exciting new units that are coming to Galaxy Heroes, and here's your community manager, Doja Fett, to tell you more.
Hey everybody, how's it SWGOH? Today we are stoked.
Do you like his shirt though?
Did he just say SWGOH?
That is 100% also what I heard.
Hold on, I gotta make.
I got his shirt though.
Here's your community manager, Doja Fett, to tell you that shirt.
Hey everybody, how's it SWGOH? Today we are stoked to share with you 3 brand spanking new units coming to Galaxy of Heroes. One of them is a new capital ship. With Admiral Piet at the helm, the massive Executor is coming to the game in a new Journey Guide Fleet Mastery event. Is that what we're calling it? Alright, cool. While it's an Imperial capital ship that can work well with an Empire fleet, there's a certain faction that has needed a capital ship for a while now. You've been asking for it. Here we go. Bounty Hunters are getting a new capital ship of their own. And it makes a lot of sense because we all know that Admiral Priet is delighted to lead a fleet of bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure they'll work that out. Executor focuses on providing the bounty hunters with a capital ship that synergizes with Breach and helps bounty hunters take out their target. We'll have more details to share closer to release, but I'll tell you this much, the Executor's ultimate ability, it's gonna blow you away. Maul is back, baby, turns out.
Maul. So Executor, or what is that? Executor? Is that what it is? Executor?
Executor. It's a Pokemon?
Executor? I don't know. That's gonna be pretty cool. Bounty hunters? Bounty hunters have needed capital ship. So we'll get more into it.
Maul didn't die when a young Kenobi decided to divide him in two. This version of Maul represents his journey during Season 7 in the Clone Wars, robot legs and all. I hope those are under warranty, Maul. Maul is one of my favorite characters, and we really wanted to do him justice. His kit and animations pay homage to one of Maul's best moments on screen, his incredible duel with Ahsoka Tano on Mandalore. It's probably one of the most visually stunning lightsaber duels of the entire series, and let's face it, that whole series is packed full of them, so chef's kiss for that one. Just called Maul now. He's lost the title of Darth, somebody got demoted, and also thus loses the Sith tag in-game. Season 7 Maul is out for revenge, and he has a new status effect called Anguish, which deals himself damage while boosting his offense and enabling extra abilities and effects. There's one thing Maul hates more than anything else, Kenobi.
He's out for revenge.
He is one of the few character kits to have a direct call out to specific enemy units, and Maul gets extra stacks of Anguish whenever he faces any of the Kenobis in our game. There's a few. He's also an unaligned Force user and will strengthen a number of dark side teams, but the real surprise here is that he has a certain tag. What is it? It's Mandalorian. That's right, while he's not a Mandalorian by birth, his kit pays tribute to his time as the leader of Mandalore. So when Maul is in the leader slot, he has the Mandalore status effect until he is defeated, and then passes the mantle on to the character that defeated him. Aw, souvenir. Maul will be available in an upcoming conquest, and you'll get your first look at his in-game abilities when? Soon, TM.
There's still one more character we're announcing today, but before that, I want to make sure you know about the expansion happening to Relics in general. Relic 9 is coming, and along with some other character changes that we're about to talk about, Relic 9 is going to be very valuable for tanks and characters that rely on survivability. We're currently looking to launch Relic 9 around the end of August, and stay tuned to the forums for more information how you're going to acquire that and when it's all coming out. One more exciting unit to share with you today, Lord Vader. I'm sure no one...
I like how they just snuck that in there. Oh, by the way, Relic 9 is coming. Okay, now into Lord.
Yeah.
expected you, and you're all surprised that Galactic Legend and the dark side counterpart of Jedi Master Kenobi is none other than Galactic Legend Lord Vader. Lord Vader is a unit that represents Anakin right after he falls to the dark side. His kit taps into that unbridled rage he shows off during the end of Revenge of the Sith. Lord Vader's kit has two new status effects, Ashes of the Republic, which gives Lord Vader's abilities additional effects, and Underestimated, which stacks up over time to empower him with even more additional effects. Similar to how Commander Ahsoka Tano works great under Jedi Master Kenobi lead, the new Maul from Conquest will bring up Lord Vader's squad to the next level. And you can find the first requirements on the forums right now, as a matter of fact, and there's a sneak peek at the third set of requirements. More on why that's the case in just a moment. The first set is available in-game on July 28th. We've got the second set coming out on August 11th, and the final group will be available on August 25th. So, Lord Vader joins the Holo Tables in early September, so get ready to crush the Republic and join the dark side with an exciting new Galactic Legend unit. An important announcement we have for today is around upcoming character changes.
Relic 9.
I'm sure you know that it's extremely rare for us to go back and change a character if we don't have to. So when we do, we really don't want to take this lightly. This is a big undertaking for us, and it's really necessary for the long-term health of the game. So the main change we're talking about today is that we're removing the ability to ignore defense from several characters, while we're going to add or maintain their utility in other areas of the game. So these units pose a significant balance concern for Galaxy Heroes, and as the game grows, that concern continues to get amplified. It's diminishing our ability to use defense in the future as an interesting and valuable stat, and restricts our design space when our team is working with new characters and events and wants to do something awesome. These changes are going to allow tanks and future units to use defense in new ways and not be one shot off the board. Like right now, defense is trivialized by the number of units that have a high amount of defense penetration or just completely ignore defense entirely. We're providing most of these units with some additions to their kit to offset the parts that were removed and returning some of the resources you used to upgrade them. If you've got a Darth Vader, a General Skywalker, a Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, and or a Wat Tambor at Relic 8, we're going to return those units to you at Relic 7, and the resources you spent upgrading them will be sent to your inbox. The details of what's getting added or removed are available right now on the forums. You can go check those out and read those. But these are not going to go into effect for about another month. This is to give you some time to make an informed decision on whether you want to re-relic those characters or use those resources somewhere else, depending on how you feel about those changes. And in the spirit of that, it should come as no shock to anyone that General Skywalker is going to be needed to unlock Lord Vader. So keep that in mind, and if you're going for the new Galactic Legend Lord Vader, General Skywalker is going to be required at Relic 8. It's also why we're announcing him as a requirement today, even though he's in the third group of requirements. So I'm sure the big question a lot of people have is, why are we doing this now? Well, this has been a problem when we've been designing characters at events for quite some time, and it's only getting worse. We could, absolutely keep kicking this can down the road, but right now there's a narrow amount of design space for designing characters that are below Galactic Legends. Everything we do has to account for this immense defense penetration, and I think Sith Eternal Emperor is a really good example of this. He had to have several specific balance changes just to account for General Skywalker. This expands his kit to have a bunch of caveats and make sure that something as powerful as Galactic Legend isn't trivialized by older kits. But we really need to serve two goals simultaneously. On one hand, we need to change some aspects of these characters for the long-term health of the game, not only for the additional design space, but also for the characters that are already dealing excessive damage in certain scenarios right now. On the other hand, these characters are really important characters, and a lot of players have them highly upgraded and really use them for their utility against Galactic Legends. So the core of the issue becomes, how do we maintain their identity, but also maintain much of their effectiveness? We always want to preserve a unit's original identity when we go make changes, and the overall value of the character should stay the same for players, but it's partly subjective, and it's a really tricky piece for us, and the impact of these changes are going to vary widely based on where people are on their journey and how their rosters are right now. So we really have to ask ourselves, and the community, you guys, do we maintain these characters' effectiveness and at a similar power level in most other scenarios? Well, do we maintain their appropriate feel as a character in the Star Wars universe is super critical for us. So ultimately, we got to serve both of these areas, and we have to address, of course, the modernizing these units and also making sure that this is a valuable thing for players to still have part of their roster. In addition to these changes that I've just talked about here, we're going to be looking to bolster Galactic Legends' competitive viability with a few changes to sort of maintain our vision of Galactic Legends as the top of the meta, the big thing that everyone's shooting for, and it should be something that's, very powerful and very exciting to unlock. As we add more GLs, though, we want to shore up their spot at the top of that meta and treat them more like raid bosses, which we've kind of done already, but we really want to solidify that position. So there's going to be several changes to kits that are going to have, Galactic Legend exceptions very similar to how they have raid boss exceptions. And one of the characters, though, that we really want to call out specifically is the Dark Trooper. A lot of people have upgraded and invested, resources in this character to counter Galactic Legends specifically. So for this character, we're going to be returning them to you at Relic 5, and any resources used past then are also going to be sent to your inbox. And these are some big changes that we have to consider, really carefully how we launch them. So, of course, we take these all very, very seriously, and changing a character post-launch is always a last resort for us. But in this case, it really opens up the design space for new characters, reduces the number of specific workarounds we have in kits, and creates a much more healthy meta long-term. Inflating the size of the kits isn't fun for you to read or understand, or for our designers to create. And it really sucks when a good idea gets left on the table because of these mechanics. We really want to create a cool and exciting characters for you to play with, and this helps us keep doing that and keep the game healthy for years to come. Again, these details are available on the forums right now, but they're not going to be going into effect about a month's time, so you can think about them and decide how you want to use those resources. But we want to let you know in advance this is what's going to be happening, and so you can make a smart, informed decision with your resource.
Conquest 7 has some big changes coming and a thoroughly overhauled experience. Conquest 7 will have new bosses and boss modifiers, all themed around the upcoming release of Maul. So I guess you could say it's an over-mauled experience. The new Maul will be available as a reward for this event, and the next 3 conquests will be all about Maul. All about Maul, 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 Maul. There will also be many new data discs and consumables to keep mixing up the formula. There are some very powerful data discs like Defensive Formation that causes an ally to recover protection whenever they attack out of turn. That sounds awesome. Or Steadfast Focus, which makes allies immune to ability block, daze, and stun for a couple turns at the start of battle. Maybe you have one of the many debuff focus teams, or you just care a lot about thermal detonators. Then you might want to look out for Thermal Exhaust, which is, whenever an enemy gains 5 debuffs, they also gain a stack of Thermal Detonator. Oh no! There are also many new consumables, some of which are tailored to specific factions or provide new mechanics. Turn the tally tables on the enemy squads with a consumable for your Galactic Republic team that reflects damage. It's just like the pesky enemy modifier that you've been like, but now the power is yours and do with it what you want. Conquest 7 has changed up the cost for swapping data discs as well, so we're going from Conquest Currency to Conquest Energy. With the release of exclusive characters for Conquest Currency, it made swapping out data discs too costly a proposition for the players that are trying to get Ahsoka or Maul. We're going to be switching things up a little bit. Conquest 7 will not be launching right after Conquest 6. There will be a slight delay as we need additional time to rebalance and refresh the entire experience. So we're planning to condense the time between the next several conquests, however, and our goal is to still run 3 conquest events over the next 3-ish months. You'll be able to earn the same amount of rewards over this period of time and obtain Maul like you would have without the short delay. We hope Conquest 7 is one of the most exciting and challenging conquests yet. Check out the forum thread for a preview of some of the new data discs, consumables, and boss modifiers you are likely to see in Conquest 7. A quick reminder that these are still being balanced and may change before the final release. Coming soon to a screen near you, I'm so excited. Community members take on the Galaxy of Heroes developers along with Crumb and myself in a special Grand Arena event that we are calling Speed Grand Arena. Okay, we're just doing it. Cool. This fall we take some of your favorite community members and pit them against the people who bring you Galaxy of Heroes in a unique and extremely fast version of Grand Arena Championship. Contestants will need to battle through each Grand Arena sector and know which matchups are going to make for the fastest wins or slowest defenses. So we're going to bring our A game, and I'm sure the community members will as well, so stay tuned for more information on when and where you can find this epic confrontation.
One final reminder that the details in Road Ahead are all subject to change. These events and characters are still in development, and there may be some final tweaks before we get to launch.
Thank you for watching Galaxy of Heroes July 2021 Road Ahead. There's a ton of new units and changes coming to the game soon, TM, and we hope you are excited as we are.
We'll have more to share as we get closer to each release, but for now, we really hope you enjoyed the Road Ahead format experiment. We'd love to hear your feedback on this. If you liked it, if you didn't, please let us know in the official forums or any of the places you chat with us.
Yeah, let us know what you think. From everyone here at Capital Games, see you on the holotables.
Alright. Some concerning things. First of all,
I've got to get this one out there.
go ahead.
Because they said that Maul is losing he's no longer Darth, so he's losing his Sith title, and he's out for revenge.
Yep.
So it's like revenge of the formerly known as Sith. Okay, I just had to get that out there. Instead of revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the formerly known as Sith. And I'm done. So you were saying?
So, so a couple things here. So first of all, we'll come back.
Relic 9 makes me want to throw up. That's
yeah, we've got Relic 9, gross. I do like that it's going to bring some better viability to tanks, and things like that. Oh, we hear what's up. The worst nerf is Thrawn Fracture not working on scales. Really? I haven't even got that far yet. Crap. Damn, you just like ruined the whole stream, man. I'll just play it. So Darth Vader, they just reworked what, last year? Beginning of last year, right?
Sounds about right.
And now they're gonna nerf him. We just got Jedi Knight Luke last year. This year was its 1-year anniversary. They're gonna nerf him. And Gas is what, 2 years old now, I guess. And they're already nerfing him because of kits. But yeah, we can't get a rework on Mace Windu. And Wat Tambor is fairly new, as well as a territory battles rewards, and they are nerfing him as well. So this is kind of concerning to me. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing. Where's he at? Darth Vader. Okay. Sorry, you'll see everything else, meh, but can deal with. All right. Darth Vader basic terrifying swing. So increased damage multiplier across all tiers by 20%. Increased final upgrade chance to inflict ability block to 100% against Jedi and Rebel enemy. Okay. Final deal physical damage to target enemy with an 80% chance to inflict ability block for turn. Increased to 100% if the target is Jedi or Rebel. This attack can't be evaded or resisted by Jedi and Rebel. Tier 8 upgrade, plus 15% damage, plus 15% ability block chance, and plus 20% ability block chance against Jedi and Rebel enemies. So those are changes to his basic. Okay, whatever. Coaling Blade, reduced damage multiplier on all tiers by 40%.
That's his big one where he throws the blade, right?
Yep, this is the big one. Increased debuff damage, scaling to 100% against raid bosses on final tier. Okay. Final tier has plus 25% critical. Final, deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all debuffs on them. This attack deals 50% more damage for each effect dispelled. Increased to 100% against raid bosses. Grants 100% turn meter if the target is defeated. This attack has plus 25% critical chance and defeated. So this is what the final tech.
So they scaled it down so that it could scale up with tier 8. Like it's coming back right there.
Yeah.
Well, not all of it, but still.
Well, they're getting away from ignoring defense is what they're doing to these kits. Because these kits ignore defense. They're trying to make defense and I'm assuming defensive mods more viable in the game, from what I can tell, and less convoluted kits, so they don't have to try to get around some of this stuff. Tier 8 upgrade, plus 10% bonus damage, plus 50% bonus damage against raid bosses, and this attack has plus 25% crit chance. Can't be evaded. All right, Merciless Massacre, which this is the new ability that they just added to him last year when they did his rework. Increases Merciless's critical chance increase to 50%. Tier 6 through 8, Merciless, plus 50% offense, plus 50% crit chance. Tier 6 upgrade, plus 35% crit. What is it currently? Do you have the game up, Evo?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. No, not loading.
Darkslight, what's going on, man? Says, I know that this game is pretty much play to win, but these changes shut free to play out of the game.
Pay to win.
Isn't that
P to W. You said play to win.
Oh, that's what I meant. Whales throw GL of defense and have less than or no GLs.
Which one are we looking at? Merciless Massacre?
Yeah, what does it currently say?
50% offense, 25% crit chance, 25% crit damage, immune to fear, stun, turn meter manipulation, Darth Vader's bonus tones do not trigger, Merciless's critical strike chance. So it's increasing the critical strike chance. Tier 6 through 8, Merciless
plus 50
offense, critical chance.
So they're buffing this one to take. Okay, so we're losing something. Oh, this one reduces.
We don't have. There's no crit damage. Go back to Merciless Massacre. There's no crit damage increase listed there. I mean, it's got dots before and dots after, so maybe it's not showing you the whole thing.
Yeah, it's saying it's increasing the crit chance.
Right, but they're not listing crit damage at all. They may have taken that away.
But they didn't say, so on here they're saying what they're.
Yeah.
They didn't say they're reducing. So this may be because they said some of these are going to upgrades to offset some of the.
Gotcha.
The Coaling Blade, they're reducing the damage multiplier by 40%.
Yeah.
But they're increasing the debuff damage scaling. Yeah. No escape. Add 2% protection recovery when damage over time effects expire to the final upgrade. Final at the start of each encounter, Darth Vader gains speed until the end of the encounter. The following Empire ally, Sith ally, Jedi enemy, Rebel enemy. Excuse me. Vader is immune to turn meter reduction and recovers 5% health and 2% protection whenever a damage over time effect on enemy expires. Whenever Darth Vader activates Merciless Massacre, Dispel Stealth, that's still. Tier 8 upgrade. Vader's immune to turn meter reduction, recovers 5% health and 2% protection. Right now, they don't have the 2% protection. So they're adding that to that one. So it seems like the biggest thing here is Coaling Blade. They're reducing Coaling Blade, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the biggest one there. If you guys look down, you'll see Evo screen with Mercy. Ignores taunt effects when targeting. But they didn't say they're taking away anything from Merciless Massacre. Seems like they're just adding to the crit chances.
Yes, they increase the crit chance.
But so they're nerfing the damage multiplier. So the deals 50% more damage for each effect dispelled. Is that right? Reduce damage multiplier on all tiers by 40% scaling.
No, so yeah, they're damage multiplier.
Is that the
All tiers by
plus
40%.
the plus 5% plus 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're scaling back on the damage there, but increasing.
So what is that like?
Debuff damage scaling.
The 5s drop to
100%.
3%. The 10 drops to 60%. The 15 drops to 7%.
Yeah. So what does that come out to? Is it's
I
going
don't
to
know.
change?
2, 4, 6, 8, 14. We lose like 20% damage.
20% damage, so we'll go down to 30% more damage for each effect dispelled against normal. Let me catch up over here on YouTube real quick. Sorry, guys, trying to go back and forth here. What's up, Chris? At the darkest light. Hero says basically the darkest light meant was they want to shut down non-galactic. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get away from the non-galactic legend counters. Armin, yay, no using non-GLs to counter GLs.
Wait a minute, hold on. Reduce damage multiplier.
Yep, so the plus 15%, plus 5%, plus 10, plus 5%, 5%, 5%.
Yeah, but
plus
not all
10%.
of those go into this bonus damage. So this bonus damage for each effect, not only these two tiers do that, the two 10% right here. Its base damage is 30%.
Okay.
So
Damage multiplier on all tiers.
if it's including that as well, then this is going to go up to, what did I say, 42%? So we lose a total of 8%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's talking about the base damage of the spell itself, without the multipliers.
but it's going to scale. It's changing for raid bosses. Raid bosses are
Right.
that's going to be strong against raid bosses. Okay, we'll see what happens. Moving on, Gas. I think this one kind of is going to upset me because Gas is an epic confrontation. He's very hard to get. It takes a lot of time. It's not an easy epic confrontation to do. I found Malik to be much easier than Gas. Him now at Relic 8 for Lord Vader. All right, basic Fury Slash granted telekinesis. Remove, ignores defense on both abilities. Add defense penetration. Basic ramping if all allies are 500. So his basic currently has deal physical damage to target enemy. This attack can't be evaded and ignores defense. So they're taking out the ignores defense. And they're adding defense penetration instead. The basic ramping of all 500. All else.
Taking it off of both effects, both the basic and telekinesis.
Tiers 1 through 7. Deal physical damage to target enemy. This attack can't be evaded and has plus 65% defense penetration. Tripled if all allies are 500 first.
So that's 1 through 7. But when it's maxed out, what is it?
Tier 8. Deal physical damage to target enemy. This attack can't be evaded. Has plus 65% penetration. Tripled if all allies are 500 first. If this is the first ability General Skywalker uses turn, he hits the road.
So it has 195% defense penetration because they're all 501st.
Yeah. So plus 195% defense penetration. How does defense penetration stack against ignoring defense, though? You know?
Well, ignoring defense means it's nothing there. But what's 100% penetration? I don't know. We're talking about 195%.
Yeah, but once you start making mods more valuable in the game now, is essentially that's what they're doing. They're making their mods more valuable. They have these mods, people don't farm because they don't care because they don't do anything. Because of all of the ignoring defense and things. So how effective? I guess the question comes: how effective is? Would you say 100 and what?
95.
How effective is 195% defense penetration? If I've got my defense jacked up. I see this both ways, right? Making mods that you can farm that are more viable for defensive type of characters is important, right?
So you would think that 100% defense penetration would penetrate 100% of the opponent's defense. But who knows? Who knows how math works, right? So.
That's true. Deep, what do you think?
I gotta agree on how ridiculous that 195% is.
Because I mean, it's not like you're not going to use him in a 501st team. Like he's with the 501st team. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the only update offer. So what? I guess I use Gas in Grand Arena solo a lot of times, so I wouldn't get the bonuses for having 500.
So low you can't hear him.
So low you can't hear him. So this is going to force me to take a 5-man team when something like banners are super important, and being able to solo team with Gas, this may make it to where I can't do that anymore.
Well, it does say tripled if all allies are 501st, not tripled if he's with a full team of 501st. So if he's the only person in there, does that mean he's the only 501st and it gets tripled?
First. Maybe we'll have to see. We have no idea yet, right? It's a good question. His leader, they are going to increase protection recovery for allied 501st. turns while in cover to 20%. So recover 100% protection when exiting cover due to all other 501st allies being. They're adding that. They're not taking.
Increase protection recovery.
There it is.
Cover. Recover 10%.
10%.
Okay, so they're doubling it.
They're doubling to 20%. And then recover 100% protection.
Exiting cover.
Go back up. Cover. Right there. What's that? Protection and advances if he has 100. Okay, so so right now,
while he's in cover.
Yeah. When he sits down,
They are recovering. Wait a minute. Increase protection recovery for allied 501st.
While in cover. But I don't think they. I don't. It's got to be that 10%. They may have worded it incorrectly.
Yeah, because this is talking about him. This doesn't
Yeah.
talk about the rest of the team at all.
Correct.
This is all about him. So when he's in his
10%.
advanced stage, this happens. When he's in his cover stage, when he's, kneeling down, praying to the gods, this is this.
Meditating. So they're taking it from 10% to 20.
Yeah.
Cover
But that's for
100%
him.
protection when exiting
So
cover.
he's gonna come out of that phase faster.
Gotcha. Okay.
As long as this wording says the same. If they change it to that wording, then that's different.
That might be okay. And then right now he does not recover 100% protection exiting cover due to all 500 allies being defeated. Looks like they're adding that.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yep.
That makes sense.
So, okay.
Because he kind of they're all defeated. He gets kind of angry about it, covers all his protection, comes out swinging. That makes sense.
Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. I just took this guy up to Relic 7.
I don't have that one, so
You should
I
still
can
be
pull
able
him up. So that's not the right one.
So his basic prevailing strike, add additional true damage to target enemy tank, excluding raid bosses and. So it looks like they're just excluding Galactic Legends on it. Excludes raid bosses and Galactic Legends.
I wonder why. Let's take a look at this.
Excludes raid bosses and Legend.
Yeah,
they're literally taking out.
That's the meta's changed since I last looked. This Kenobi's up here. But so the top used to be all of these, and there he is, just taking out Galactic Legends, sitting at the top.
So they are adding additional true damage, but they're excluding raid bosses and else. So tier 8, it's going to say dispel all buffs and deal physical damage to target enemy. If they are a tank, also deal true damage to them. So it's got to be a tank. It's going to exclude raid bosses and Galactic Legends. So the new nope, tank. Did a Master Luke is. Then reduce their critical damage by 10%. Stacking. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker gains max protection. Stacking max counter. This attack can't be countered. Upgrade if target enemy tank also do. Reza, what's going on, brother? So it looks like they're adding additional true damage. They're not saying how much against tanks. But they are excluding raid bosses and GLs, so they're putting that in now. It excludes Galactic Legends specifically. Changes to Jedi Master Kenobi and Cat AI. Check our Discord, or do you want me to reveal some more bad news with the update? Oh man. Oh man, all kinds of bad news, huh? So special one, Stalwart Advance. Reza, yeah, just go ahead and put it in there, man. We got a lot to talk about on this one. Remove and all attacks ignore defense from Jedi's Will. Stalwart Advance. Full build here.
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, I know what true damage means in the context of another game. I'm trying to figure out, wouldn't true damage in this be the same as ignoring defense, or is that a different mechanic?
True damage does ignore defense. That's why they are exclude raid bosses.
Okay.
It did not exclude raid bosses. Galactic Legends. So remove and all attacks ignore defense from Jedi's. So right there at the bottom, and all attacks. So they're taking that out. But they're increasing offense to 50%. Currently at 5. And they're adding 25% tenacity to Jedi's Will. They're less likely to get deep. So Reza says, changes. Okay. You know the only two counters for Jedi Master Kenobi and Cat, Slicker and C. So Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Sith Eternal Emperor. He uses Zombie and Zaka. CG realized that the AI of Jedi Master Kenobi and Cat prefers Zombie, which is not taunting. So they are going to make the AI smarter. Jedi Master Kenobi squad can ignore taunt, but still prefer Zombie. They are changing. So they're changing the oh yeah, I did see that earlier. They're changing the preferences on where Kenobi prioritizes his attacks. Team Zombie. Fortunate. So tiers 1 through 7.
Makes sense, though.
It does make sense. It does make sense. I wouldn't want my AI Jedi Master Kenobi getting tricked by a zombie. Even the Galactic Legend counter is going to for it. Deal physical damage to target enemy and call another target ally to assist. I think JMK is still early enough, Reza, to where we'll find counters for it. Outside of the new Galactic Legend. Deal physical damage to target enemy and call another target ally to assist. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker gains Jedi's Will for 2 turns. Can't be copied to spell. Okay, that's all the same. It's just changing the Jedi's Will part. So plus 100% counter chance, plus 50% offense instead of 25%. Plus 25% speed and tenacity. So adding the tenacity, adding another 25% to offense. So you're gonna hit a little harder. Doesn't look like anything else changes here. Base stats. Add 195. Oh, here we go. Here, add 195 armor penetration on base stat. There's armor penetration. Excuse me. All right, Watt Tambor. Unique to mass manufacture. Watt Tambor you now need at Relic 7 for Jedi Master Kenobi. So unique to mass manufacturer. Remove attacks, ignore defense, and from the Blast Tech weapon mod. So Blast Tech weapon mod part, they're going to take out attacks, ignore defense. So it's going to read Blast Tech weapon mod. Gain 15% turn meter at the start of each turn. Enemies defeated by this character can't be removed. They're just taking off the ignore part. So mass manufacturer. Scroll down to Blast Tech weapon mod. Yep, gain 15% turn meter at the start of each. attacks ignore defense. That part comes out in enemy hand part. So it's just going to read gain 15% turn meter at the start of each turn. Enemy by this character. Reza says, so we in trouble because non-GL and GL counters are being nerfed across the board. Also, C can't be countered with troopers. So having Sith Eternal, that makes me happy. I Sith Eternal on two accounts. But at the same time, I don't know what that does for the community, to be honest with you. I currently don't see Sith Eternal on defense a lot. Outside of in regular arena, I don't see him in Grand Arena as much. So I don't know how much that affects the community. Sith Eternal isn't all that great on defense. I know a lot of people put him on defense if it's their only Galactic Legend a lot of times, but is what it is. So they did have some character raid boss changes. You guys can go through and read this stuff. Following abilities are being updated to include Galactic Legends to raid boss exclusion. Excludes raid bosses and Galactic Legends. So Bastila Fallen, Unique 3 Force Spawn. Originally just excluded debuffs from raid bosses, but now it's including Galactic Legend. That's interesting. Force Spawn. So excludes debuffs from raid bosses. So the corrupted battle meditation and all the debuffs you get from that aren't going to go on Galactic Legends anymore. Darth Malik. Sith enemies can't gain turn meter. This is also excluding Galactic Legends now. Holy crap, man. Gnawing Terror. Reza says, would I be able to join you on a show sometime? Yes, absolutely, Reza. I would love to have you on a show, man. So right now it just says it excludes raid bosses for the turn meter gain. Sith enemies can't gain current boss bonus turn meter. Jesus. It's excluding raid bosses. I bet you there's some stuff in Lord Vader's kit that they were like, okay, we're gonna have to do too many exceptions. We need to change characters' kits. I guarantee you that. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. Because they've released a total of 5 Galactic Legends without doing this. They built around them to be able to deal with it. And now all of a sudden they're like, we're just gonna make Galactic Legends like raid bosses, which they're supposed to be. I'll give them that. This is interesting. Skittering Horror for General Grievous. Tiers 1 through 8, they lose 10% of their max health. Again, excluding raid bosses and Galactic Legends. Gas increases their cooldowns by 1. That's getting taken away from Galactic. You can't do that to Galactic Legends anymore. Reduce their current max health by 20% for the rest of the battle. You can't do that against Galactic Legends anymore. Thrawn can't fracture Galactic Legends anymore. That's kind of sad for Thrawn, actually. This is one of the things that made him so great for being a great plug-and-play character is his fracture and being able to pop him in and deal with most new metas. That fracture alone does not break. I don't feel like it breaks counters. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker's Repulse on Jesus. Moff Gideon, know your adversaries. Demoralized does not go on Galactic Legends anymore. C-3PO Basic Baffling Trick also excludes Galactic Legend. And they're changing they've got Galactic Legend changes as well. Interesting. Sudden Whirlwind, Tier 3. Deal 2 times massive damage to target enemy, then deal physical damage to all enemies. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. This attack can't be countered or evaded. Deal 7% more damage and massive damage per relic amplifier level. What does it currently say on the rate? I know you're. I'm sorry.
Right? No, you're fine. You're
Yeah, Galactic. Go to Galactic Legends because they're changing all. Ray, her special 2.
got so many unlocked, man. I'm just elite over here.
Hero says they are fudging Sith Eternal. That is why his team won a game. Oh, buffing. They're buffing Sith Eternal. Okay. Sudden Whirlwind. Currently says deal massive damage to target enemy, then deal physical damage to all enemies. This attack can't be countered or evaded. This ability can't be unless a light side ally drop below. Oh. Okay, so they're adding back up.
Can't be countered or evaded.
Deal massive
and
damage.
deals 7% more damage with massive damage per relic amplifier level.
So they're doing 2 times massive damage as opposed to just damage. Physical damage to all enemies. That's there, right? Yep. Okay, enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. That's not there. This attack can't be. The 7%. Oh, yeah, the 7%. Okay. Sith Eternal. So his leader ability is changing. So they're adding Sith allies gain 5% turn meter whenever an enemy gains a buff that can't be dispelled to final tier. Okay. So essentially, tier 3 dark side allies have plus 25% mastery, plus 30% potency, plus 20 doubled for. Was it current? 25, 30, and 20. Okay, that's still the same. Whenever deceive or linked enemy uses abilities, if C gains 10% stacking, that's still the same. So they're just adding in Sith allies gain 5% turn meter whenever an enemy gains a buff spell. I like that. Just saying. Sith Eternal's got a couple of buffs that can't be used. After the start of each counter, whenever an enemy gains a buff that can't be dispelled, Sith allies gain 5%. Whenever Sith ally is defeated, that's still the same. So, it looks like they're buffing 2 Galactic Legends, probably to deal with other Galactic Legends, and making them more viable against their peers. Which, to be honest with you, I'm a little okay with this part of it. Some of these changes I get, right? This is the top tier. These are the end all be all for the game are Galactic Legends, right? These are the final forms of these characters, and they don't want them overshadowed by older characters. Like, I understand it. However, I do feel for the free-to-play community. Not to say that you can't get Galactic Legends free-to-play. You just have to grind it out. You have to be focused on it. But it does hurt a little bit. Having those free-to-play counters did allow, as you get into upper tiers of Grand Arena, to be able to place Galactic Legends on defense, and they had to have a good counter in order to deal with it. And so now what we're going to start seeing, I think this is kind of good. This is good in some other parts of the health of the game. Grand Arena, you're not going to be able to put all your Galactic Legends on defense. Especially if your opponent has the Galactic Legends, you're going to have to very carefully think out your counters if you potentially see a Galactic Legend on defense. Because you're not going to be able to use these free-to-play counters anymore. So it's a good balancing act, I think, at the end of the day. It does kind of suck, especially with, like, Gas kind of hurts and Darth Malak kind of hurts, in my opinion. Those 2 are very hard characters to get. Gas harder than Malak. But those are long events. They take some crazy requirements, and it's not easy getting those requirements. So that kind of hurts. It kind of stings. I gotta say that I will 100% agree with Hero says, like I said, is kind of meh, but the nerf to Thrawn hurts. I use him to clean up solo GLs. Excuse me. Solo GLs, and that won't work anymore. There's a posted a Google Doc in the Itachi server, which has the changes put out clear. And at the end, it talks about some of the anti-soft counter change. Okay, so that's that. Let's transition here. Let's transition into the good stuff that's coming. We got a new capital ship. It's been a while since we've gotten a new ship per se. I think the last one was the TIE bomber, if I remember correctly. So we're getting a new capital ship, the Executor, right? Is that how you say it? Executor?
Executor.
Executor. Oh my gosh. It's one of those days. Available from a new journey guide, Fleet Mastery. Headset just went out. Give me a minute, guys. All right, there we go. Available from a new journey guide, Fleet Mastery. Okay. Here are the requirements. So we've got Darth Vader needs to be Relic 7. Admiral Piet needs to be Relic 8. Jesus. Boba Fett needs to be Relic 8. TIE Fighter Pilot needs to be Relic 5. Boss needs to be Relic 5. IG-88 Relic 5. Dengar Relic 5. Whew. It's got relic requirements there. I'm sure Evo will have most of these done fairly quickly.
Not them 8s.
Yeah, those 8s are gonna suck.
Freaking 8s, man.
Ships required to begin the event. You have to have Razor Crest 5 stars, 7 stars to complete. Slave 1 4 stars to start it, 7 stars to complete because it's gonna be a 7-star ship. All these are gonna be 7 stars. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nope, don't want to go to. Houndstooth 4 stars, TIE Advance 4 stars, TIE Bomber 4 stars, and Imperial TIE Fighter 4 stars. So bare minimum 4 stars for all these except for Razor Crest, which you can only right now get through Galactic Conquest. Everybody got to get Bando for it. Yeah, got to get Mando. Beskar Mando. Although he's not any type of gear requirement, you're definitely going to want to probably take it up to about gear 12 at the very least. Taking Bando up to gear 12 to max out those abilities and get some pretty decent health and protection on that ship. Interesting. Vanguard doesn't even have a ship. You get some of these other ones. IG-88, Boss, TIE Fighter Pilot. Interesting. All right. So what do you guys think about this, Executor?
I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't already in the game, but I haven't gotten to the point where I would have seen it, so.
Yeah, so it being a capital ship, there's not a whole lot of capital ships in the game right now. Not a whole lot of ships in the game compared to characters, period. So this is going to be interesting. Hopefully, I feel like we say this every time we see new capital ships come out. Hopefully we get some love in ships CG. They definitely need to do some things with blueprints that they've done with like the character shards now for those older ships. But Evo, what do you think?
I just all I want with ships. I mean, I'm fine with ships the way they are, like as long as they keep improving them. But all I want are ship squads. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just give me ship squads.
Reza says it's essentially a GL ship. It better be dang good. I mean, bounty hunters I mean, you could definitely do a lot with bounty hunters. I feel like now that you have, I think you have a pretty much almost a full squad. With what do you got? Houndstooth, Razor Crest, Slave One, IG 2000. I'm missing
Bounty hunters.
2. Yeah. Xanadu Blood. I'm missing only
So you need 7.
5. Yep. So you need 2 more. I'm assuming Imperial. It's probably gonna have some type of Imperial synergy there as well. Yeah. Galactic Legend capital ship is essentially it. It should be interesting to see that. Definitely needed more varieties of capital ships out there, especially with the changes to Grand Arena. All right. Moving on. Maul. Going to be our next conquest character. And they said Maul, similar to Ahsoka Tano, is going to buff the new Galactic Legend, which we'll get to here soon. From what I'm seeing out there, Commander Ahsoka Tano is doing some crazy things out there, especially with Jedi Master Kenobi. But the whole new unaligned Force user is a pretty cool tag that they're using right now to bring some other characters into the game, and using this conquest to bring them in. So this is going to be interesting to see. He's got synergy with Mandalorians, so this is very interesting. Hero says the relic requirements are big too. 2 relic 8s, so not a ton will get it early, so that's good. Yeah, that's true. You're talking about top. I mean, mostly your older players. That's what this is going to do towards your older players. They've been playing for a long time, but so he's going to have some synergy with Mandalorians, who are actually in desperate need of some help. So we'll see what happens with his kit and his leadership. If you guys haven't seen Clone Wars, Maul does lead the Mandalorians for a time as he's trying to establish his underground network of gangsters and whatnot. But this is going to be interesting to see. Mechanical Legs Maul has been a big thing for the community. Has been asking for Mechanical Legs Maul for a long time. We're finally getting him into the mix here, which is pretty exciting actually. For me, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Now, this is what I like, where I like bringing Steep in, because Steep has not really watched Clone Wars. He has a very, very particular bias towards Clone Wars.
It's one way of putting it.
And so I'd like to hear.
Not part of the canon.
It's not part of canon. I'd love to hear what he has to say about it.
I actually, so that hardline stance against that particular character, after listening to you guys for a while, I have actually softened on that point, because after thinking about it, you know, at that, like, we have, sorry, it's difficult to listen to myself on the stream and talk at the same time.
You gotta
mute
mute
the
the channel, man.
Yeah, I just did that. So, you know, we have Ahsoka Tano. I hated this character for the longest time because the idea of this, you know, Jedi in training that we suddenly get introduced to and then never takes part in any of the movies. She just disappears. And even though Anakin is still referring to Obi-Wan as his master this whole time, somehow he had a Padawan. You know, I was never able to really reconcile that in my head. But after a little bit of thought, I realized that Obi-Wan had only been promoted to a Jedi Knight when he was given young Padawan Skywalker, and I've softened on that point now, and now I'm willing to accept Ahsoka Tano into my heart.
So you have a flaccid acceptance of Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, the character still has to prove herself to me, because you gotta make me believe, but I'm willing at this point.
All right, so now you really got to go watch, like, you got to watch the animated series. I need you to watch the animated series. But, obviously, Maul is cut in half.
Sounds like that's what we're doing when Burns is done.
Spoiler alert. But he comes
Yeah,
back.
I'm salty that Maul's alive at all. Just saying.
Comes back. I mean, we
I
saw...
had that initial reaction too when I heard about that, so I'm
But
right
now,
there with you.
but now I feel that they were just laying the groundwork for bringing Palpatine back by bringing him back first. Like,
Right.
by the way, this guy fell down a giant hole and was cut in half, and he's back. So keep a lookout, guys.
Right. So, so yeah, this will be interesting to see how he works. Careful, remember that it's a spoiler alert. Oh, what? Really, Reza? Oh man, I gotta mess with Flav now. Flav's my guild leader, by the way, on my main account. All right, so I think Maul will be interesting. Cat's done some pretty cool things already. Pretty insane. Curious to see what happens with Maul. For the dark side, you guys know the Sith Empire loves its dark side characters here on this channel. So curious to see with that. Now, this I am stoked about. I think as soon as they announced a Jedi Master Kenobi, everyone was like, we're getting Lord Vader. It would have been crazy if Capital Games did not capitalize on
Oh, I see what you did there.
on this character. The most requested character for the game is Lord Vader, by far. Even more so than Mechanical Legs Maul. This has been the most requested character for this game, and I'm so glad he's coming in as a Galactic Legend, and rightfully so. If you're going by lore, Lord Vader was actually at the peak of his power prior to getting the suit. So this is when he was absolutely the strongest, even though he had to be pretty strong to hold that suit together. But this was his most raw, untapped power that we see on display during this time, is when he's Lord Vader, prior to getting his legs cut off by, I have the high ground, Master Kenobi.
When you put it that way, that makes it like really disappointing, because that means that the height of his power made him only Obi-Wan's equal. Like, and he still lost the fight.
He was going up against a Jedi Master.
I know,
And he was blinded by his hatred.
I mean, but the
All
hatred made him
hatred
stronger.
Flowing through him.
Yeah,
All
because
the
he couldn't
hatred
handle.
is supposed to
Blind.
make
So-
him
Blind
stronger.
rage.
Let's go over the
He couldn't
requirements
see
for
the
Group
high
1,
ground.
and we got a sneak peek for Group 3. Because of all the changes to gas, they're giving it to us early. So we've got the Bad Batch here, Hunter, Tech, Wrecker. I'm assuming we're going to get Echo and what's her name? Omega later on. But right now we got Hunter, Tech, and Wrecker at Relic 5, and all three at Relic 5. And man, Evo, did you ever finish those Tuskens?
I've got one left. Which one do I have left?
Why can't I hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Okay, there we go. I can hear.
I said I have one left. Let me see. I think it's just the one.
Reza said joking. He hasn't seen it and got upset.
So yeah, I just got left.
That's funny. All right, so oh man, I was hoping you actually had those guys actually. So it was the longest joke ever when we did M stream.
Oh, no, I'm getting there. I'm actively farming him now. I haven't been actively farming him, but I am now.
Evo's been actively farming Tuskens for like a while, like just in the background on the side.
Here.
He was like, I'm going to make a Tusken 3 powerhouse team, and they're going to be needed for something that has to do with Anakin. And sure, I mean, this was years ago. We weren't even talking about Galactic Legends. They weren't even like thought of yet. Like they weren't even spoiled or anything like none of this stuff has happened. No road ahead for Galactic Legends. In Evo, way ahead of the curve. Although they're not relic yet, I was hoping they'd be really making. Or homogeneous, I should say. But he did say they're going to be needed for some type of Anakin at some point, and they're going to need to be in relics. You remember that conversation?
I do.
It's freaking nuts. I got to go find the clip and replay it at some point. But Tusken Raider is going to be needed at Relic 5. We've got Padme Amidala in Gas at Relic 8. And if this follows like Jedi Master Kenobi, which it should, those should be the only 2 Relic 8s in the group. So get your Padmes in Gas, both the Relic 8. I don't think you guys are going to regret it, even with the changes coming to Gas. Gas is still a very powerful character. It's funny that they're referring to Galactic Legends now as raid bosses, as it was part of the developers' notes that Gas was a mini raid boss, and now they're nerfed. So yeah. All right. So I mean, that's pretty much all I've got for today. I guess, what are your thoughts, Evo and Steep, on Lord Vader? Excited? Not excited?
I'm definitely excited. I wish that it wasn't Gear 8 for stuff, because I still do not have access to Gear 8 equipment. That's the only thing that's tempering my excitement on it, because I cannot get him. Otherwise, I'd be heading straight for him, for sure.
Okay. Now, Steve, I know you're quite a ways away from doing any
Yeah.
Galactic Legends. But we've already kind of talked about where to go towards Galactic Legends early game, right? Around First Order and things like that. I still think that's the best bet to go. Obviously, Lord Vader is untested, so we have no idea what he's going to do. Content, PvP content, and things like that.
He's going to crush things.
Hopefully, there's a
With
scene
the
of him
Force.
in the Jedi Temple for this event. But
Hopefully not near the younglings.
But for you, man, being a new player coming to the game, I know this is like way down the road for you for now, but just seeing that you have Lord Vader, you've got Jedi Master Kenobi, you've got these characters in their the heights, in their primes, essentially, right? These characters in their prime. This is where they're the most powerful. Second Colonel, Rey, and you have Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren as well. How does it make you feel? New player experience for you?
I mean, I am really excited to eventually get them and like start creating teams around them. But like you said, at this point, it's a far off dream for me.
Gotcha. Splenix says absolute trash update will kill the game for sure. I don't know if it's going to kill the game. So
There's been multiple "this is going to kill the game for sure"
Yeah.
thing.
like
Still alive.
we've been playing this game for a while, Evo and I, and I mean we've seen those comments before. You know, this is gonna kill the game. This is gonna kill the game. And I mean, this is a 6-year-old mobile game, guys. There's not a lot of mobile games that stay around for 6 years, and do
I
as
don't know,
well.
that Flappy Bird's still around, man.
and do as well as what Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has done. The fact that they've just updated a lot of the new player experience is actually pretty big. I'm going to be completely honest with you, drawing in players. I do understand from a free-to-play aspect, this is rough. This is a rough update for free-to-play players, for sure. But we don't have these kits out in the wild yet. I think this is the biggest thing, is the kits aren't out in the wild. Yes, they're nerfing them so they can't take out Galactic Legends. That's actually pretty understandable, I'll be completely honest with you. I'd rather not have my Galactic Legends be beat up by non-Galactic Legend character. For the longest time, like, Evo and I talked about and complained about the fact that having higher relics, Relic 7 versus Relic 3s, Relic 2s, Relic 5, Darth Revens, just because the mere fact that they had more speed than us, were able to just walk right over you. All right, my headphones are going nuts because I'm pretty sure my charging cord is dying. Here we go. Let's just plug that.
Is it dying or is it being slowly eaten?
Yeah. Spleenick says nope, just for real. This one is the worst possible. Even Arnold says it. They're just killing the players, making the game even more pay to win. Vader nerf, Braun, fracture. It's just a big. Yeah. I mean, I don't get paid by CG or anything, man. I'm one of those people that I need to see, right? I need to see the proof of pudding, understand that the texts are there, and whatnot, and I understand what they're trying to do. I understand both sides of it. And I know Arnold T is a huge guys out there and follows this game. I mean, this is his career, right? I do this part-time. I do this for fun, and I enjoy playing the game because it's Star Wars. So hopefully it doesn't kill the game. If it does, it does, and we'll go down that road, and it is what it is. But to be honest with you, I was just talking to these guys not too long ago about this is probably the most fair mobile game out there when it comes to free-to-play players compared to a lot of the other heroes. Look at things like Raid Shadow Legends. Look at things like what was that game that we played for like 5 months that been spending too much money on?
Arena.
Yeah, DSA, Disney Sorcerer's Arena. There's a lot of stuff. You guys saw the video explaining the changes, the CG video. Yes, I played it at the beginning of the stream. Don't know. Like, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've definitely seen the game is ending thing over the past couple of years, where even Arnold T101 and Cubs fan Han had said the game is done. It's over. It's ending. So it's not the first time. Everyone's gotten through it, powered through it, and found better ways to do things. CG typically finds a way to help compensate in some way for form and some gear things. It's not the best, but it's better than what we had a lot of time.
The world was supposed to end in 2012, and it's still here. So
Also
True. I had heard that.
What was the other year supposed to? There has been a couple of times.
Oh yeah, there was another one where
2018, 2020.
This guy did a calculation or something based off of words in the Bible and came up with a year that didn't happen.
Playing for a freaking long time. It's been thousands of dollars to see the game ending that way. LOL. King to sub, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, man. You know. But yeah. Everyone else, thank you guys. We're gonna get ready to head out of here. Spill, thanks for stopping by. Reza, Hero, who am I missing here? RMM, long time no see, brother. Glad you can make it to the stream. Chris, thank you guys all for stopping by and participating. The darkest light, participating in the live chat, guys. We greatly appreciate it. I know I have not been streaming a whole lot. I am 2 weeks away from my wedding. A lot of wedding planning going on, and I've just been kind of chillaxing right now as much as possible. Reza, we got to get you in on a stream, brother, for sure. But I just kind of been chillaxing. Huh?
I should probably request off for that. Huh?
Yeah, it's like 15 days, 16 days. 16 days away, man. By the way, I just want to say thank you to Evo. Had a phenomenal bachelor party. Really excited to start playing Magic with this guy. I've been playing Magic the Gathering for the longest time. Got him hooked. And I'm really excited to start playing with these two guys, actually, because they both live locally here. Spilnick says, was a pleasure to meet this channel. See ya.
Discord Magic games coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. We may actually put those
Invite your
over.
friends.
We may put those over in Evo's Corner on the Discord channel server. If you guys aren't on the server, I think the description should still be below. Normally it is. It is? Okay, good. So go over and join that for some soon-to-be fun things there with Magic the Gathering, guys. All right, guys. My name is Itachi. This was your Imperial Military Podcast Show. We have my man's Evo on and Steep Mosquito. Until next time, my friends, we're going to go ahead and throw up the deuces. Peace out, y'all.
Daytime better come correct. Ain't playing at your best, then you will get left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. Roll a little something like this.